This video was brought to you by howtodoflorida.com. Hi, welcome to Blacktip H Fishing. Today I'm going to show you how to properly crimp. Before we start, I'm going to show you the tools and tackle that we need. First, you're going to need a pair of crimpers or hand swagers. You're going to also need a pair of wire cutters. The tackle that we have here is for bigger game, so particularly sharks, but you can adjust your tackle for the species or fish that you're targeting. So we have a section of 500-pound monofilament, a section of 480-pound 49-strand cable, 2 swivels. This is a 1.9 millimeter copper crimp. This is a 2.3 millimeter aluminum crimp, and these are 2.3 millimeter stainless steel thimbles. Before we start, I have to go over some rules. First, whenever you're crimping cable, always use copper crimps. Whenever you're crimping monofilament, always use aluminum crimps. Always use a thimble when crimping either cable or monofilament. Why? Because the thimble keeps the leader material loop in a definite shape. This prevents the mono from stretching and the cable from kinking. The thimble also improves the performance of the swivel. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to crimp our cable. Step 1, grab your swivel and grab your thimble. Put the thimble through the eye of the swivel like so. Now we have to close the thimble on the eye of the swivel. So what we do is put the thimble inside our crimpers or our pliers, whatever you want, and we just close it like so. Now the thimble is closed around the eye of the swivel. It can't escape. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to grab our crimping sleeve, and we're going to wrap our cable around the thimble. So we put our cable through the eye of the swivel. Now we are going to wrap it around the thimble like so. And we're going to put it back through the crimping sleeve. Now, I'm going to show you a really cool trick right here. Some guys, they pull it all the way through like this and then they snip it. You never need to snip. You never need to cut your trace. You don't need to trace at all. So instead of having a trace, what we're going to do is we're just going to pull the cable to where we want it, like right about there, quarter of an inch, eighth of an inch. So you put your crimping sleeve in your hand swager or crimper. You grab your thimble, okay, your swivel, take the thimble and push it up against the sleeve like so. Now all you do is you just pull this, and you don't need to cut anything. Now I'm going to show you how to properly position the sleeve inside of the swager slot. This is the correct way to do it. You put the sleeve vertically aligned in the slot. A lot of guys do it this, and this is the wrong way. They lay the sleeve on its side between the slots of the swager. This defeats the purpose of having the slots inside the swager. Now I'm going to show you how to position the sleeve in the slot so that it's crimped properly. The sleeve has to be in the center of the slot. Notice how both ends of the sleeve are extended outside of the swager slot. This is very important. This protects the leader material from being damaged when it's crimped. For monofilament, if you crimp it on the very edge, you may cut the leader material and damage it, which overall will weaken the performance of your leader. Bottom line, you want to crimp the center of the sleeve, not the edges. If you do, you're going to lose a big fish. Now we're ready to crimp. Here we go. And here we go. That is our finished product. Notice how the crimp is vertically compressed. The thimble is protecting the leader material around the eye of the swivel. And overall, this is a very strong crimp. It's not going anywhere. The crimp is centered, and the ends are not crushed. Now we're going to do our monofilament. Let's get started. First thing, you're going to put your thimble through the eye of the swivel. Okay? Now you're going to close your thimble with your pliers so that it can't escape. Now you're going to take the mono, put it through the eye of the swivel, bend it back, and put it through the sleeve. Now take your thimble and bring it up against your sleeve, like so. This is what it should look like before you crimp it. Now let's crimp it. Put it in the correct slot size. position the crimp well, the sleeve well, and then just push down. Now we have to do it one more time because it's a longer sleeve. You noticed that I crimped the sleeve twice. That's because it's a longer sleeve. I couldn't fit the whole sleeve inside the slot of the Swager. But you notice I did not crimp the edges. I left the edges intact. If you're serious about big game fishing, it's very important to know how to crimp properly. When you start catching larger fish, well over 300-400 pounds, your leader is put under immense stress. If your sleeve is not crimped correctly, then it's your weakest link. When you've hooked that big fish, that fish of a lifetime, you're going to lose it if you're not crimping properly. This video is brought to you by How to Do Florida. I encourage you to visit their YouTube channel, How to Do Florida TV, today. To see more fishing videos, click on one of these boxes. Thanks for watching, and we will see you next time.